Who was a standout performer for you anyway?
I would say that Harvey Elliott was a standout performer today. I think he's been magnificent all season, to be honest, for such a young man who's played. I think he's only just turned 20. He's played over 100 appearances for Liverpool. He always plays up in the important games. He always turns up in the important games. And he's a terrific little footballer. He's done very well for England under 21s, and really he's pushing for a place in the World Cup, in the European Championship squad, actually.
Really?
Along with Trent.
You think so?
I really believe so, yeah. I think there's no reason why he shouldn't be considered or even looked at, because, he's done so well for the 21s. He's done so well for Liverpool this season. I think, if I'm being ultra critical of him, he just lacks a little bit of pace. But the fact that he is so good technically and he shows up in most of the game, very rarely gives the ball away, works so hard off the ball, creates, assists, and, he's really maturing. So I wouldn't say, he's a definite to go, but I would say he deserves consideration. He deserves acknowledgement for the performance he's done this season.
I'll throw in an additional statistic about Harvey Elliott to give you. In 2024, Premier League players across all competitions, most assists. Kevin De Bruyne, top of the pack with 14. Then it's Rodri of 9. And in third place, it's Harvey Elliott with 8. So there's certainly some credence to what you're saying. But, Robbo, are you in agreement? Spot on the plane for Harvey Elliott? And if so, in place of who?
Cool.
I didn't say spot on the plane. But I said acknowledgement, consideration for sure.
Okay, consideration then, Robbo. Let's change the angle a little bit.
Yeah, okay. When you put the stats out there that you just put out there, and you compare his game time to others, and he's still got those type of stats, and he's up there with those two players that you discussed with those statistics, then yeah, there's an argument there. But I think England have got a plethora of talent in that area, and I think that's probably what it will suffer from. That there's far too many good players in the area and in those positions, which will mean that he misses out.
And for the record, that's one more assist in 2024 than Rice and Palmer so far. Anyway, still a couple of games left. Let's look at this goal. Tomo, if I was to say this was the pick of the bunch of all that we saw today, from the 6 in total, surely this is the best. A screamer. You can't ask for anything more in terms of a beautiful goal.
No, it was an amazing goal, but I think the problems came down Tottenham's left-hand side all game. Mo Salah cutting inside, Harvey Elliott coming in on the left foot, and you're just very surprised on why they allowed him to come inside on the strong foot. What a strike this is! This is like, I've seen Phil Foden do this a couple of times this season. I've seen him once do it at the Bernabeu, but that is just absolute. He won't hit a better ball in his career.
What about yourself, Robbo? Your thoughts on this goal? Unsavable, surely. I know that you can be a bit critical on goalkeepers in terms of how they could have perhaps done better, but it's not much here.
First touch, I think it's Bentancur that he takes his first touch round. He gets there and he gets in front of Bentancur and he takes it with his right foot, and it's his first touch that gives him the opportunity and he gives him the space. As soon as he opens his body up and gets around Bentancur, there's only one thought in his mind, and his execution is fantastic. I mean, it's not my area of expertise. Tom will be a lot more qualified to talk to you about bending one in the top corner from 20 yards than I can. But actually, it's his first touch that gives him the space, and his ability then to be able to deliver what he does. It's a fantastic finish. It really is.
It is a headline grab.
It's a beautiful strike, Robbo, but his body position was not in the ideal position to actually get the whip on the ball. He's actually manufactured it. He's really got round that ball. He's had to reach and stretch for it. And the way the contact on the ball was just beautiful. He won't hit a better strike in his career.
It's a headline grabber, no question about it. But what about his assist 9 minutes before for Gakpo to find himself on the score sheet? I mean, he did a lot of hard work there for Gakpo. Take nothing away from Gakpo's header. It was superb as well. But Elliott again, Tomo.
Yeah, and you know what? He's pressing and closing down, and he sneaks around the side there. I think Emerson's had a bit of a nightmare today. He's had a game to forget, but Harvey comes back in on that left foot again, which it's really strange you're allowed to be back in on your strong foot, but he just clips a beautiful little floated ball there, and it's inviting for Gakpo just to get on the end of it. And I thought Gakpo was superb as well today, so he deserves a mention. He's had a little bit of some critical comments this season, but I thought his performance today was exceptional, just what Liverpool needed.
Were you disappointed in Romero there, Robbo?
I mean, the defending's awful. I mean, Romero's comment, he's tucked inside and he's picked up Gakpo as the centre-half should do. But actually, if you look with his right shoulder, there's Diaz behind him. I mean, from a Tottenham point of view, defending, it's awful. You look at Emerson Royal, the way that he dealt with the initial threat down that side. Elliott got the best of him. He was in comfortable possession, should have dealt with the ball. He didn't. Harvey Elliott did absolutely brilliantly what he did. Delivered a fantastic ball into the box. But actually, Romero puts himself in a position and he gets out-jumped by Cody Gakpo, and he shouldn't. But then if you look at it again, there's actually Diaz behind Cody Gakpo, who's won the header and he's put the ball in the net. Diaz had a tap into an empty net as well. So defensively, Tottenham were awful today. They were all over the place.